What's up guys, welcome to another video. Now today I want to talk about all the ways that the brand new Samsung S23 Ultra absolutely destroys the iPhone 14 Pro Max. And I gotta say, switching over to the S23 Ultra for the last couple of days has absolutely flipped my world upside down. The birds are chirping, the sun is out, the air is fresher. It truly is an amazing phone. I'm not saying it's better than the iPhone, but there definitely are a lot of crazy features that the S23 Ultra has that the iPhone can only dream of. So let's kick things off by getting into the very first feature, and that is, of course, the S Pen. So as you know, of course, the Samsung Ultra comes with the S Pen, and this is just such a fun little tool that just gives so much more functionality to your phone. It just seems like Samsung is just way ahead when it comes to innovation than Apple. They have folding phones, they have phones with these S Pens, and it really gives your phone a lot of new functionality that you wouldn't have otherwise. For example, if you ever need to take a quick note, you don't even need to unlock your phone. You can just take your S Pen out of your phone and start writing directly on the screen. And then you can just go ahead and save this note, and it will save it directly to your Samsung Notes, and you can access it later. You can also use your S Pen to unlock your phone. Just like that, you can bring up the Air Command Center, and you have so many more options here. You can use it as a translator tool. You can use it as Smart Select to take screenshots of only certain parts of the screen. It's just such a useful feature, and there's so much you can do with it. And honestly, it just makes using your phone fun. And by the way, if you guys want to see all the cool things that the S Pen can do, I made a separate video that I'll leave linked in the description below. So definitely go ahead and check that out. Alright guys, so the next way that the S23 Ultra absolutely destroys the iPhone, and I'm going to say that this is probably the #1 thing that sets this phone apart from the iPhone, is that this phone actually has power that you can utilize, power that you can use. Both these phones come with a top-of-the-line chip. They are so powerful, but on the Samsung, you can actually do something with all that power, whereas on the iPhone, they have the A16 Bionic, which is probably one of the most powerful chips on the market, but there's nothing you can do with it. Like, what can you do on the iPhone to utilize all that power? Not much. But on the S23 Ultra, this phone has so many capabilities that actually let you leverage all of that power. For example, you can do multitasking. So if I open up my Edge panel right here, we can pick an app from here, let's say the Chrome browser. We can drag it up to here, and then you can see we can pick another app from the bottom here. So let's say we want to open up Samsung Notes. And now we can use both of these apps at the same time. So up here, maybe we're looking up some banana bread recipes and we want to jot down or make some notes about this recipe. On the bottom, we can just open up a new note and start typing and using both of these apps simultaneously. And then on top of that, we can even open up a third app. So if we go back into our Edge panel, we can go down here to view all of our apps, and we can open up anything else. So let's say we want to send somebody a message. All the meanwhile, we're still multitasking in the back. We just pull it out like that, drag it on top of here, and you see it creates a pop-up window. Now we can go ahead and talk to any of our contacts, send our message, and then when we're done, again, go ahead and minimize this and continue working on what we were doing. So you can see just how much we can do to actually utilize the power of these processors. And it doesn't even end there. You can do even more with the Samsung to utilize that power, and that is to use Samsung DeX. And if you don't know what DeX is, it pretty much allows you to use your Samsung phone as a standalone computer. So you can hook it up to a monitor, you can hook it up to a keyboard and a mouse, and use this phone as a computer while you browse the internet, send emails, watch YouTube videos, and do whatever you need to do. It is absolutely incredible that we can do this with this phone. We don't even need a computer because your phone acts like a standalone computer, powering your whole entire workstation. There's nothing that the iPhone can do that comes even close to that. So what is the point of having an A16 Bionic top-of-the-line chip in here if there's nothing you can do with that power? So definitely brownie points for Samsung on that one. All right, guys, now let's talk about the cameras, because this is probably the most important feature that people care the most about on their phones, because we use our cameras almost every single day and we definitely want the best photos possible. And yet again, this is another place where the Samsung absolutely dominates the iPhone, because for example, the iPhone can only take 48 megapixel photos at the maximum, whereas the Samsung phone can take up to 200 megapixels, giving you absolutely amazing resolution with the highest quality possible. And when it comes to video, the iPhone can only go up to 4K 60 FPS, whereas the Samsung can go all the way up to 8K 30 FPS. So you can take 8K videos on this phone, which is insane. It's absolutely amazing. And not only is the quality better, but you get a lot more features on this camera. For example, on the iPhone, we have cinematic, slow-mo, time-lapse, and portrait. And that's pretty much it. But on the Samsung phone, if we tap more, look at all these features that we get. There are just so many options in here that bypass anything that Apple even offers. And if you actually take photography seriously, something that the Samsung offers that the iPhone doesn't is Pro Mode and Expert RAW. So if we go into Pro Mode, you can see that we can control everything from the focus to the shutter to the ISO. We can tweak all of this manually, whereas on the iPhone, we don't get that option. We have to just trust that the iPhone is doing the best job possible with the settings that it picks out. It's all automatic. We can't adjust any of that, whereas on the Samsung, you can control all of that by yourself. All right, guys, now moving on to the next feature that the Samsung phone has that absolutely destroys the iPhone. It is the ability to create routines, and you can create a routine for almost anything that you can think of. So you can see I have 3 routines already set up here, and if I go into this one, you can see that this routine, what it will do is when my phone gets to below 30% battery, it will automatically turn on power saving mode. So I don't need to worry about that or have to flip it on manually. Anytime my phone is running low on battery, my phone will automatically take care of that for me. I have another one over here that will secure my Wi-Fi. Every time I leave my house, my phone will turn on secure Wi-Fi so that I'm a little bit more protected anytime I join public Wi-Fi hotspots. And then I also have another one for night charging, which will pretty much turn off fast charging when I charge my phone at night. So between 12 a.m. and 7 a.m. when I'm sleeping, fast charging will be turned off because I don't need my phone to fast charge because it has all night to charge my phone. And that's just a little bit healthier for my battery life. The closest thing that the iPhone has is the Shortcuts app, but it cannot do anything near what the Samsung phone can do. And it is so much more complicated to set it up on the iPhone. I don't even bother doing it, to be honest. But on the Samsung, it took me maybe like less than 5 minutes to set all of these up. And you can create like countless amounts of these. There's so much stuff that you can think of that you can stuff into here. It's just such an awesome feature. All right, guys, now moving on to the last way on how the Samsung absolutely dominates the iPhone. It is just simple gestures. You can do so much with this phone that you cannot do with the iPhone. For example, things I do every day. When I moved over to the iPhone, I really didn't like this. If you double tap on the iPhone's home screen, nothing happens. Whereas on the Samsung, if you double tap, you can lock it. Then you can double tap again to unlock it. It is such a simple thing that I really kind of missed when I moved over to the iPhone. You can also lift to wake. So if your phone is locked and you need to quickly see if you got any notifications, you can just lift it up like that. You can see that your lock screen opens up so you can check any of your notifications and then put it back down. We also have a gesture for one-handed mode to make your screen a little bit smaller so it's easier for one-hand use. You can also take a screenshot by simply swiping your palm across the screen. You can double tap the power button to bring up the camera, and you can even map this to any other application. So if instead of bringing up the camera, you want to bring up a different application, you can do that. What I love most about this is it's even usable directly from the lock screen. So if you ever need to take a quick photo, you can immediately open up your camera without even going into your phone and catch that moment before it passes by. But there you go, guys. Those are some of the ways that the Samsung is better than the iPhone. And those are just the things that I chose to talk about. At the end of the day, there's so much more that the Samsung can do than the iPhone, like far greater customizability that the iPhone has no chance of matching, reverse wireless charging to charge any device on the back of your phone, much more powerful fast charging, edge panels, just so many more features that the iPhone doesn't have. Now, I'm not saying that the Samsung is a better phone. These are both amazing phones, but I can tell you that I think that this is definitely a more fun phone. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Are you guys team Samsung or team iPhone? Let me know, but that's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like, subscribe for future videos to come, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.